just a message to my generation and anybody who is awakening into your real life. This is bound to try to happen for you in this lifetime if you're using oxygen and managing to make it to second 20 as you're watching this. You have no choice. You're in the game now. So take a deep breath. Fuck yeah. Woo! You would never feel anything more blissful than just yay. So anyway, I have a message for you though. See, talk about this once in a lifetime opportunity. It's better than any of the movies that you ever watched. And think about that, narcissist. I mean, what has happened in your movies that you liked so much? Are you now? Is your mind trying to separate all the explosions and the screaming and the sadness and the misunderstanding and the person running alone, and now it's just running alone, like Rambo and all the heroes. All of your heroes are just running alone, and everybody's chasing after it, saying, "Yay, we love you!" Or it's a mob, or is that the movies you're watching? Good, because that's your movie. Now let's get to really, it's your personalized real life. Did you get into your avatar? Okay, well, good. Now that we've gotten this far, whew, take another deep breath with me, Huns. This means that you've made it up to now. Whew, there isn't anything more intense for your mind to try and handle it. In fact, your mind isn't going to handle it. Let it go. Let it go. Feel how it just tingled and went, ah, I died, and now is here. Isn't it beautiful? You didn't turn me off. You're going to hit like. And literally, you did not turn me off. I'm like, this person's alive. If you were in front of me, right? There's a chance that by chance, that you have, at this moment right now, if you were to interact with another aperture, they're going to be like, they're going to do a double take. It's going to be interesting because they're like, they might even ask you, who are you? And do not stem back into the living dead and go blank and say your name. Say, I can't be anything but now. Try it. I have gotten this fucking crazy daring, and it's just because people have asked me, like, what's your name? For you, I can't be anything but now. How is it? Give me a verb, or give me an adjective. What do they call these? Descriptive. There's many words that can describe me, the character that I play in the now. I hope that you have. Did you bring your book? I'm telling you, I'm trying to let you know about it. It's my last video. Very serious. Did you bring it? I'm here. I'm right all up in it. Next page. Let that puppy keep just. Let sound in. Let sound in. Let your feelings in. Don't be afraid of feelings. Oh God, are you mistaking being afraid of a feeling as being a real feeling? Now you're making a mistake with mistakes. And when you don't correct it, you're making another mistake, and now you're living in fear. It's called fear, and that's no place to start gauging anything whatsoever. But there it is. It's a whole different world that fear creates, and it has a philosophy. It has a religion. The God is always out there. It's always something else that's going to take care of it. It's very, very much not responsible for anything. In other words, it's not free. It doesn't have freedom. It's got, like I said, it's got a philosophy, but so does the other side. We're doing a split now. We're talking about what is the opposite of fear. They call it love, but I say it's just awareness, being purely aware. There's so many words we can talk about this. Getting back to pure awareness. Where is it, kids? What is it? What is it like? It's now. It's now. I love that part. I love that part. Don't you? I was trying to it's really hard on you kids, right? Living in this. Woo! It's not so bad if you run for the hills and just consider the lilies, and look around. But you have to deal with people that think that they're more real than that. What are we going to do? And there you are at 2, age 2, going, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm right with you. I'm right with you. You know? Yeah. I still have the feeling I'm just this little 6 degrees Aries, and the feeling is not bad because there you are. Breathe with me, babies. Woo! And all you want to do is be confirmed. Isn't this bliss? Isn't this beautiful? And boy, the question becomes another question. And the question's like, well, why? Why? That's a troubling question after a while. Because it's not even a question, but if it became a question, shit! Never gets answered. Not from child to the so-called adult who is lost forever in the oblivious of poor programming and fear. That's a death place. It's a death, and so reaching into that for some kind of validation of your own senses, you're fucking doomed, right? Pardon the lighting. But there's a chance that you can meet somebody, they're kind of, you can call it fun, but you go by the way you feel, they could be controversial, kind of like Christ Jesus. Hi, Jesus, was that you getting hung up on the cross and chased down the road by a fucking mob? And most people didn't fucking like you at all, and the story is just so misunderstood. Thank you, God, for fucking taking me. Get that fuck out of here. I still have time here to try to let you know something. Really, if you're watching this and breathing, there's still time for you. Are you going to join the possible living here? Because when you do, it's like, Eureka, see ya. Really, it shouldn't be that way, though. It should be more like a big parade. A big parade, that's what Jesus had. You have to go through the court system first and say, look, dumb fuck is a murderer of truth and reality. That's a metaphor. Can't you understand it? What a metaphor is. The story would not even persist. Not with me, unless I turn it into this, what the metaphor that it really is. What does metaphor mean? Oh boy. The pH would tell you that there's a balance happening, right? Your physiology. Anyway, yeah, then there's or, there's an alternative. You have meta. Meta means, we've been doing meta ever since. Do you have a jar full of mush here? We don't know where the mind is, by the way, and how we're getting thoughts, but don't heat that fucker up. Turn off your Wi-Fi every once in a while. Get outside into Mother Nature. Look at a flame. Look at a candle. Look at Mother Nature. Be next to your animals. Really get into the fact that your brain is a very interesting computer. It's doing something probably malfunctioning. Most likely. So your job, especially now, as Jesus would say, Jesus, are you still there? What did you say, Jesus? I said I forgive you because you're running on a glitch. I forgive you because you're running on a glitch. Oh, thank you. You're my favorite. You're not so glitched out. Look out. Look out if you're not so glitched out. You're next. Just going through the system, get on your cross, take it. Thank you. You're supposed to say thank you. Instead of, don't make it such a grievous thing. Just say, God, at least I know that you people are full of shit and I must go. Sorry, John Muir, was that you? Yes, at the very least. Oh my goodness, babe, I was trying to let you know. Sorry about the wash look here. The sun is getting very bright. Let me go and turn the... I also have oatmeal going. Pardon me, is it burned up by now? Oh, it's doing great. Find it. Here, let me just subside the amazing lighting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these videos that I've been able to release with Venus on my ascendant. It happens, well, whenever Venus goes on your ascendant. It's like once every 2 years or a year and a half. And that's the time, really, when, depends on what your Venus is. For me, it's just Venus in Aries. It's like, I'm just a fire. Look at it. Watch it, baby. Woo! Fun. And you people, come on, go turn on the TV set and see something worse, because it's not going to be all of a sudden you hear something that's like boing. Oh, wait. Resonation. Do it through music. Resonation. Oh my God, all of a sudden I just brought the soul back. See, that's the thing, is like I watched somebody who, anyway. April, end of this month, we have the epic conjunction with Jupiter at 22 degrees. And guess what day it happens, folks? On the 22nd, 22 of April. So this conjunction that happens, okay, for me, it's not a very good filter, because, yeah, I've been getting up and just laughing. I've been getting up and just, I know there's a lot going on in my life that it's like, I've been worried about it for a long time. It's been so shitty. It's not changed. It's just as I'm back at square one, flat in a hole, no help, no support, blah, blah, blah. But I went through some things, and I did pretty good. I don't have much of a goal right now. I'm just kidding. There is a plan. There is a plan for me and you. And oh God, I'm going to try to do the best I can with the opportunity that I do have coming with this Jupiter conjunct Uranus that happens to trine my Venus. But I'm here to tell you that if you're trying anything, you're lying. Trying is lying. Just wait. Wait a minute. I didn't say don't do anything. It's really hard, sometimes. See, the narcissist's paradigm will have you drop every bit of your focus, yourself. Like if you had a process that you were going through called life that would condense into a person, forget it. That's what a narcissist is that there's nobody there. It's been replaced by a false self, and they're doing the I am-a. And of course, it's a big competition. If you're not an I am-a and you're not busy, doing what? If you really want to do a contest, it's like, well, we can get busy doing things correctly, which they won't. Why? Well, they don't know that they're not doing that. It's because money will allow it to all be done incorrectly. So why? Because you want to come back and do it later because you're getting paid. It's your job security to just do everything wrong. That's what it's been. That's what's going on. It's the stupidest fucking thing once you start dialing in on it. I've been looking at something and I've been getting dialed in on it. It's been downloading. It's been hard. It's been like this. The last downloads with the eclipse that has come in. It's just a cherry on top. It comes with the Hopi prophecy. It's like, oh yeah. So, see, you can either be of the Jewish prophecy, or you could be of the Hopi prophecy. I'm gonna put the Hopi prophecy up now. This is, for me, I relate a lot with it because now I think that we're looking at math, MATH, and if you're doing the right math, it's gonna come out as blabber. Wherever the fuck you are, you could be on the fringes. Like, hey, did you know that the world is about to end? As far as no, I mean the reality of reality, like our access to the truth is about to be cut off forever. And did you know that hell is about to warm over? That's what I'm saying. Or did you know that there's the proper math? We can just start doing it right. What I've heard some astrologers talking about is just coming back into right relationship with each other, with reality, with everything. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about that. I love Thich Nhat Hanh. He died in 2022. And it was on the 22nd or something like this, of something, or was it 11th of January? I don't know. I just profoundly remember that day. I love Thich Nhat Hanh so much. Anyway, just he's gone now, and I think that maybe there is a monastery. He opened up Plum Village. Plum means flush to the surface. It's a term that you use in carpentry. It means here now. Really, it means metaphorically, what now is flush to the surface. We're not wearing a mask. We know that we have bad memories. See, this is what we're going through together as a collective, starting the 2020, March 23, that was the day that they announced the C-19 thing, and that's what would start to begin to work. See, I happened to dial in just a few hours ago or something, that whole work and that whole thing, it, it's so rare to have that happen, and what's continuing to go on. Believe this or not, okay, whether it's there's darkness or not, or light that has performed whatever is going on, it's continuing to happen. Is not the question. The question is, which side are you on? You know, did you find yourself falling into the deception and going the way of, and if so, you're probably not watching this now any further. I mean, we're not being prejudiced or anything, but did you realize that maybe there's another way to go, which has already been happening? It's nothing new regarding the vaxes. My girlfriends that were all in prospecting to have kids, and I remember it was me alone too. It's a personal choice whether or not you use needles and stuff like this. Your health is actually it's your personal choice. That as a PC aperture, a human PC, logically, you are feeding your own self. You are taking care of you. Does it make sense to go outside and, a general practitioner can help you, but look at that. Look at it. How do they treat it? Everything. See, but unfortunately, people go to a doctor when there's something really wrong with them, right? You can catch all this stuff. You can intuitively figure out, oh my God, where is this coming from? Well, number one thing, the sickness that the narcissistic society can give you. The T-bird is here. Can you hear it? It's calling me. All of these birds. All of these birds around me. Even the rooster that I wanted to get. I knew I had to get a rooster. But these birds, they're here, my chickens. And they're special. The ones the babies, the baby brown ones, that Jesusika raised. Jesusika was hatched on the day that Jupiter conjunct Saturn. Remember that? That was during this pandemic thing. It was hot and heavy in the air, and we're all supposed to believe that was Jesus Christ showing. So anyway, I named the one chicken that was born. She ended up being female, hatched here on that night, right there at that time. Jesus, and then she ends up having little clutch of 6 brown ones, and they're all out there. They're beautiful, and they were used to having. They were just getting raised up here, and then they lost their husband, right? And they were used to having rooster. See, the thing is, I went to go to, I knew I waited. It's just divine timing, and I can see it all happening. See, I need to fucking play the lotto. See, with Jupiter trining my Uranus. I mean, sorry, Jupiter is in the sky. There's my rooster. Jupiter is trining Uranus in the sky. None of these birds are separate from me as far as like cogs. Cogs, like your cognition, your gear that to a lot of things. I mean, I don't have wings quite yet, but in a way, the birds will give us wings if we can understand that this is their world. Look at it. I mean, gosh, there's tons of birds, right? There's a lot of flying creatures. The universe is full of it. I mean, think about it. There's a lot of space here, and we have to fly. Why are we stuck as eyes? We are like grounded boom, onto the earth. We should be, you know, because then that's real live extraterrestrial stuff. That means that you're putting down an extra layer terrain. Having said that, because we wear shoes, rubber, and it's very apparent where I'm at. It's condensed. You can see nobody is locative of the earth. They are not locative of the earth. They're not in the same sky that I am or you are, that everything is in reality. They're not in reality. They're not in that same sky. They're not, they haven't made it to outer space. So they're not on the earth. They're not touching it. They're doing meta. Is this the same fucking video? They're doing meta. They literally are moving like, oh, they're thinking about, like, I swear, the only time you can see that how people sort out their meta, go to the local market and stand in line, be very quiet, but let the sound come in. There's a bunch of egos that think that they have to say something, and they will, and they're listen to it. There's something always going on. So one of them really, they're going to try, and you can see here that they're going to tell you about an event or that happened or did happen or is going to be happening. And it's never, like a question of, did we arrive to now? Is it good now? Well, when you're having the event, is it good then or now? Who knows? See, um, what I'm trying to point out is something very profound. One day, I hope to God you wake up and look at this, get on the same page as the sun and the moon. How, okay, we had that eclipse hardly fourth day after it, and I said all I had to say about that is, like, did you see how all of the restless population had thought that they had to be going, they probably flew to this country just to be in the shadow of the moon. When it's like, did you know that to be under the shadow of a tree is even more amazingly blissful? And it happens every day, and you can get into what sensation was that? And also, I'm not dissing the reality of reality, the truth. Yes, the damn thing tried to dial us in once again. Did you miss it? And they're like, oh, God, now what? Most. These are people that go to Disneyland and they do all this temporary fixes to their brains, pacificate their minds, trying to pacify itself because it doesn't know its own nature. And it's just precisely that. It's full of this desire to pacify its little fucking um suggestion mode. Really, there's a lot of slots that needs to get filled, right? There's a lot of suggestions. It starts with your schooling. There's a future. You gotta get to that future. That fucking thing never comes. Never comes. And what I'm talking about is gonna, you can feel really sketchy being the only one saying that, but it's like, because, well, there's a lot going against um uh it. There's a lot going against our good memory. That is what I'm saying, because the narcissist is there saying, oh, well, you just threw all your education out. It's like, no, no, I saved, my mind is not working for me. It does work for me. See, that's the difference. Narcissists, they're working for their mind. And that is a trap, because they don't know what the nature of the mind is, which is it's just a memory bank, right? And so are you able to store good memory or bad memory? See, as a musician here since the age 3, learn music and you will learn all else that there is that we need to know. You just learn how to learn it, because everything has a frequency and vibration to it. First of all, everything needs your undivided attention away from mind. And that's what the music is doing for you. It's going to make you see to where now your body can reach that dancing point with the rhythm, which is hitting points in geometry. That's exactly what music is. It just keeps folding through. If you slow down the 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 right frequencies, you'll have enough space in it. See, the right frequencies, babes, is the 528, 432 hertz. There's other numbers, right? Not not the other ones that don't create. Now there's that space in between a design, a patterning. The pattern shows up because there's there's space. It's not just a mud ball. It's turned into a design which is very geometric now. Whether that's good or bad, all I know is that geometry, when you're going along the ley lines of the truth, that's what that geometry is the ley lines of truth. The truth is there, boom. It's easy. It's easier and easier. It feels easy. The dancing that goes on, the things that a drummer is doing or that musicians are doing is effortless. In fact, that action that they're doing, the dancing when they're doing the right timing, when it's real live music, the vibrational frequency, this is the phenomenon that's so interesting about music when you actually become fully surrendered to that space time. What it is tone. It, in the word tone, you have a T, which is truth, put that aside. One, one. When you're at atonement, when you're at one with this, you're getting nothing but energy. Just you can get this. A child is just waiting for it because they love music, and you notice everything that they learn is done with music behind it. Yeah, I roll my eyes because a lot of stuff that I mean it's great. I still know all the presidents' last name from start to finish, Washington to now, from having memorized this one song. Mrs. Scott, fifth grade, she played this album, and she just knew you'll know all the stupid presidents' name by listening to this song and just getting into the groove. It was like a Aretha Franklin song or something mimicking, very groovy, and that's the way you learn anything is just to memorize that patterning through music. If you, especially this shitty fucking world like that says that it's even a use, that it's actually a skill or it's useful to know all of the presidents' names from front to back. Nah, you want to forget every single name. Those aren't real. What's real is the truth, and is it a mathematical equation? I mean, what's behind it?